All right, let's talk about a game that was way more than just another night on the NBA calendar. For the San Antonio Spurs, this was a trial by fire.
And you know who summed it up perfectly? The Spurs' own superstar, Victor Wembanyama. After the final buzzer, all he said was, "That was a good test." Just 5 simple words, right? But they frame everything we're about to break down. This was one of those nights where the Spurs really had to show everyone what they were made of.
Okay, so what made this test so important? Well, for starters, the energy in the arena, it was just different. It felt like a playoff game, you know? People were actually whispering that this could be a finals preview. So yeah, the stakes were sky high right from the jump. And just look at the momentum here. You've got the Spurs, a serious contender in the West, riding this incredible 9-game winning streak. And who are they up against? The Detroit Pistons, leading the East, who are on a 5-game streak themselves. I mean, this was a classic heavyweight bout. 2 top teams, both on fire.
But this test? It wasn't just about who had more talent. No, this was about philosophy. The Spurs were walking into a physical confrontation, a straight-up challenge from the Pistons' signature style, what they call bully ball.
So what exactly is bully ball? Well, Wemby himself put it best. He said it's how the Pistons use a physical style to try and intimidate their opponents. We're talking pushing, shoving, getting right up in your face. Basically, they're testing you. They want to see if you've got the guts to push back.
And yeah, it didn't take long for that philosophy to show up on the court. In the second quarter, things got heated. Tempers absolutely flared.
So here's how it went down. First, Cade Cunningham just shoves his arms out, knocks the rookie Stephon Castle right to the floor. Blatant offensive foul. Keldon Johnson sees it and immediately steps in, gives Cunningham a push to defend his guy. Well, that brings in Pistons center Jalen Duren, and he gets right up in Johnson's face, finger pointing and all. After the rest took a look, both Johnson and Duren got hit with technicals. And just like that, the line was drawn in the sand.
So you gotta wonder, right? How does a young team respond to that kind of confrontation? Well, the rookie who got knocked down, Stephon Castle, he said it all. He said, "That sparked a lot of energy on our team because we're not gonna back down." Wow. So they didn't just take the hit, they used it. They turned it into pure fuel. Okay, so passing the physical test is one thing, but you still gotta win the actual basketball game. And here's the kicker. They had to do it on a night when their biggest star just wasn't having his best game. This right here is where you find out if you're a real team.
Just look at this contrast. On one side, you have Wembanyama really struggling with his shot. I mean, only 6 for 16 from the field. For most teams, that's game over, a guaranteed L. But then look at the response. The rest of the team, they combined for an incredible 18 three-pointers. Now that is the definition of having your superstars back.
And the guy leading that charge, Devin Vassell, he was on fire, pouring in 28 points. He was the absolute difference maker, proving to everyone that this Spurs team is so much more than a one-man show.
And you know who else noticed? The opposing coach. JB Bickerstaff for the Pistons admitted it after the game. He said, "We know how talented Wemby is, but it's not a one-man show over there." Come on, when the other team's coach has to give you that kind of respect, you know you've got something special brewing.
So when you step back and look at the bigger picture, what did this win really mean? Well, it was way more than just one notch in the win column. This was about the Spurs, once and for all, passing that test.
And the final stats, they just tell the story of complete team dominance. They win at 114 to 103. And get this, even on a so-called off shooting night, Wemby still puts up a monster line. 21 points, 17 boards, 6 blocks. You had Vassell leading all scorers with 28, and maybe the craziest stat of all, their defense absolutely suffocated Cade Cunningham, holding him to a brutal 5 for 26 shooting. Ouch. Even the Spurs' own coach, Mitch Johnson, he gave credit where it was due. Talking about the Pistons, he said, "They are going to test your toughness. Detroit just toes the line. I don't think they cross it." So he's basically saying, yeah, they're tough, they're physical, but it's a fair fight. It was a legit test of his team's character.
And that brings us right back to where we started, back to the man who framed the whole night. Wembanyama's final take on the game was this: it's definitely a night where we confirm progression and confirm potential as well. See, they didn't just win a game, they grew up a little, they passed the test.
So that just leaves us with one big question, doesn't it? After proving they've got the toughness to handle bully ball and the depth to win even when their superstar isn't at his best, you have to ask, was this the night the Spurs proved they're for real? That they're true championship contenders?